Welcome back to another episode of Left Hook, Right Hook, where we deliver straight shots on politics and news. Thoughts, opinions, reactions. Let's get into it. We got Trump. What does Trump presidency mean for Israel? Okay, you see the title. Let's go.
Whether Trump will change the U.S. policy and not put a veto on Israel getting total victory, that's the question. That's the question which has to be addressed. The first thing is we have to adjust our language thanks to the new president, who will be appreciated. There's no such thing as Hezbollah armed forces. There's the Lebanese armed forces, which are influenced by the ideology of Hezbollah. And
okay, I have not really researched or got into this whole Hezbollah terrorist war and all of that other stuff. So this is pretty much the first time I'm getting some information on it, because I tried to stay away from it because it was so much in the news and all over the place about this and, this is genocide and this and this. So I didn't get into it for it to distract me and to affect my daily life. I mean, I'm not going to let this stuff distract my daily life, but I just tried to stay away from it. So this is the first time here on this channel I'm going to actually start digging into it, okay?
Funded by the United States government. Now, there's not going to be any progress. I think there's going to be what we called in the 60s. It was the kill ratio that the American government always publicized. How many did we kill this week? And we're doing well. We're dealing with an adversary to Israel, which has its purpose to wipe out the Jews. I say this based on interviews I conduct with prominent Palestinians and prominent Lebanese. I said, what is your goal? They said, our goal is to wipe every Jew out of Palestine and maybe off the world. So that's not something that there's no such thing as progress if 60 are killed or 100 are killed. No. These people have a purpose. They feel that they're winning, and that the Jews are going to leave. And the Jews are leaving the Galil and the Golan. So they feel they're on the up.
So if anybody in the comments can tell me, is this just a religious war, or is this a land war, like territory? I don't know. Like I said, this is the first time I'm getting into it. So if anybody has any, information on this other than here, maybe he might just say it in the video, but and I'm just not giving him time to do it. But just something to think about.
They feel very optimistic, and it's worth every loss of life. There is no such thing as progress if your aim is to kill individuals. If they're not attacking the Lebanese government, the Lebanese the head of the Lebanese armed forces, you're not doing anything, and it has no effect whatsoever, and that only increases their motivation for fighting back. In no way is this creating a situation where the Israeli citizens can go back to their homes. So unless we see a white flag,
I mean, if you're destroying the property, you're destroying the land, I mean, there's no way they can go back to their home. I mean, it's just nuts. It's just nuts. All this war and stuff. I mean, yeah, we say why all this war and this and that when we don't have to deal with a lot of the things that the world leaders do and stuff like that. We're the citizens. So, we should have the voice of if we should go to war or not. But, I know it doesn't work like that. So, and a lot of people, it's like, oh, they're preaching peace and all this. But, it is what it is. We should not be in a way. We should try to figure out altogether how to make the world last longer for generations to come. We should be doing that all together, but we're not. We're instead destroying each other and destroying the planet. So, I'm surprised that we last this long.
And unconditional surrender, nothing's going to happen. And my contacts throughout the Arab world and throughout Lebanon, Judea, Samaria, Gaza, the bottom line is that this is a total war, a total jihad, and they're ready to last for 20 years.
נכנסנו פה למחנה צבאי, שטח סבוך ומבוצר, ממש בלב הוואדי, אתם יכולים לראות מסביב, הוא ממש בקו האפיק, פלוגה ג' של הגדוד פה יתרה, עמוק בתוך השטח, תת קרקע, מאוד מאוד עמוק עם תחמושת, בעצם מחסן תחמושת שהוחבא בתוך השטח הסבוך. אפשר להתקרב ולראות רגע איך המנהרה הזאת נכנסת פנימה, ויצרו פה בעצם בונקר בתוך השטח, תחמושת חצוב בתוך סלע מאוד 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 קשה.
Sinwar was only one of many. There's many more Sinwars to go, and this is not dependent on an individual in any way, shape, or form. Even though Israel Public Relations often tries to say that, that is not the case. When I sent a journalist to a press conference in Washington at the National Press Club, who asked the question of Kirby, their spokesman, are you going to continue to stop Israel from attacking the oil reserves and the nuclear facilities of Iran, which would, of course, put them out? The answer was yes. We don't want a wider war. The American government acknowledged in the previous administration, which was only last week, acknowledged that that's the American policy under the outgoing president, not to allow Israel to have any kind of a clear victory, and anything going on right now is negligible. And the renewal of UNRWA, the United.
I'm so uninformed about most of this stuff, but I'm starting to get it down. The only reason I'm doing it is just to just to be in the know of what's going on in this. I'm not going to do no deep research on it. I just need to stay on the surface of what's going on. And I mean, what he's explaining is I'm catching pieces here and there of like, oh, okay. But then each thing he explains, I have a question for it. And it's like, is it going to lead to me going down the rabbit hole of this? And then what is the outcome, of all this?
United Nations Relief and Works Agency, without any constraints from the world, the United States government enacted something called the U.S. UNRWA Accord, which is on our website, IsraelBehindTheNews.com, which forbids, according to American law, U.S. aid to UNRWA so long as their curriculum continues. We were the first. Our agency was the first agency to get their curriculum because I actually met Arafat and he said I could have it, no problem. He was very happy that someone was interested. And the curriculum is a curriculum of not of hatred, but of murder. Every aspect. You can see the full curriculum. It's something very surprising in terms of its frankness and very clear. And the American government, thanks to people like Senator James Risch, who apparently will be the new head of the Foreign Relations Committee, thanks to his intervention, this accord was passed and was made into American law on July 21st, 2021, well into the Biden administration. Now, so long as that curriculum continues, and they've renewed, UNRWA has renewed its schools in Gaza to an extent, but Bethlehem completely, and that's very, very.
Yeah, I'd have to start from the beginning somewhere. 5 minutes in, and I'm lost, completely lost, and I'm just going to end this right here. If anybody down in the comments knows any more information about it, just keep me on the surface. I'm not going to go too deep into it. I will post a link to the original video so you can go watch the rest of it. But I'm just so far out of it that I just can't, I can't start here. It's not good. It's not good because I don't have the information that I need to actually understand what's going on here. So, but it is what it is. We keep it, deliver straight shots, So I'm not going to sit here and BS and say, oh, I know about this, I know about that. This is a straight shot, okay? Straight shots. Opinions, I don't like to use the word facts because that's used in a negative way now. So, but thanks for joining if you made it this far. Thanks for watching another episode of Left Hook, Right Hook, where we deliver straight shots of politics and news. Until next time, talk to you later.